Hey gang! I am just getting ready to go to a friend's house for dinner, and I thought whilst I'm getting ready, I could have a little chat about how the first injection went, because obviously that was when I last left you. And I was just thinking about the injections actually, because going to a friend's house for dinner and obviously gonna have to take the injection with me. So in my handbag's gonna be my phone, my keys, my lip gloss, and hormone injection. First time for freaking everything, right? So yeah, but I am really excited to catch up with these friends because I've not seen them in ages. And they actually have a little boy who, he must be a year and a half now, maybe like turning 2, and we've not seen him for ages, probably since before he could walk. So yeah, it'd be really nice seeing him and catching up. And I mean, the footage of me taking my first injection was absolutely diabolical. You would not have thought that I used to do photography, because I couldn't for the freaking life of me work out the setting on my camera in low light to get it to not be like so laggy. So yeah, that was pretty shit. But Dan and I spent a lot of time reading through the instructions, something that we don't usually do. We usually just go straight in. We did think it was probably quite important to read the instructions thoroughly. I need to show you like what was in the box and things like that, and show you like how we were trying to figure it out. I was completely overdramatic about the injection, and it probably took about 5 minutes of Dan saying it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, and me being like, no, don't do it, okay, do it, no, don't do it, okay, do it, until it actually went in. And to be fair, needle going in, couldn't feel it at all, but could feel the substance, and it stung like a little bit, but like that. So that was all fine and dandy. A placebo effect going on, because I felt like a little bit sick going to bed then, but I think it was just the thought of it. Hi, did you have a nice walk? Did you? Oh yeah, did you have a nice walk? Because Daddy fed you? Have you fed her? What? Have you fed her? Yeah. Oh my goodness, you've had your tea and everything. You love helping Mummy do her makeup, hey? This is going to be really laggy and I don't understand why. Okay. I figured it out. I bloody figured it out all on my own. So, I'm going to make up this injection to take with us. So this is the liquid stuff. Syringe. Presume you have to wipe after every use, but I'm just going to use this to wipe my hands. And then I want to wipe the thing. So yeah, you have to take these like between 9 and 10 p.m. at night. So obviously I'm not sure what time I'm going to be back tonight. It's nearly 7 p.m. now, so I'm presuming later. Will you help me do this? Because...
Yeah, what, you bed? You bed.
Fuck me! Wow, okay.
Sick content.
Right, it's another 300, I think.
Are you sure? You want to check it first?
No, it's definitely 300. God, you bent it?
Oh shit, we meant to fizz it up, weren't we?
What do you mean fizz it up?
You meant to shake it, were you?
No.
No?
Shake what?
This container.
No. Did you do that yesterday?
Yeah, we mixed it, didn't we?
You meant to shake it. 300, put that lid back on, and then we'll take it with us. Take it with us, take it with us, take it with us. Obviously we're running late. Because when are we ever on time, DJ? Blah, 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 blah. Done it?
Yeah.
This is going back in the box.
Please be fucking careful with that, because like that's... It's going back up again, look.
Up to what?
It's above 300. Give me that vial again.
You sure?
Drugs.
Shut up. Is it 300?
Drugs. Yeah, 300. Alright, you need to be careful.
Essentials. Good morning from me and Maple. Where are you going? You're not saying good morning? She's saying good morning. Had such a lovely evening last night with friends. We had some lovely food. Our friend Emma made this unreal whipped feta thing and it was so nice. We had that with some olive and green bread, which is like a local shop in our village, and they literally just make the best bread and the best almond freaking croissants ever. So yeah, it was like a really lovely evening. This morning mum's coming around, our Marge. She's not called Marge, she's called Helen. But she's coming around because she needs me to make a video for her school. She's a teacher and they went to Turkey and she promised them she'd make a film of their like trip. What she really meant was that my daughter Betty will make you the film. So yeah, she's coming around to do that. She's actually here now. You're such a soft. Just left. So I'm gonna make some breakfast. Oh, and Mickey's ringing me. See what he wants. Good morning, Benjamin. Alright, have a good breakfast. Bye. I'm having some eggs. And I'm gonna have some sourdough. Look at this cute little ribbons of Maple. Do not judge me for the use of my knife. I know it's not a bread knife. It shows. Hi, cute girl. Hi, cute girl. Hi, cute girl. Nothing like a little weekend morning little groove in the kitchen, is there? I do feel like I've got loads to do today, and in and amongst all of that I do want to answer some of your questions that you've been sending in about kind of freezing embryos and all that jazz, so definitely want to do that. I'm gonna eat me brekkie first. I'm gonna get ready for the day, and then I'm gonna toodle pip my way into town because I've got jobs to do. Yeah. I've been thinking like a lot about how beautiful it was to receive flowers, and I probably don't do it enough, like send flowers to people. So I really want to send some flowers to my cousin because she is starting her first teaching job next week. When I tell you like she's my little baby cousin, like she's my little baby cousin, and the fact she's going to be a real life teacher teaching little babies things that they're going to need for the rest of their life blows my mind. But she's so clever. She's unreal. She's such, I can't even describe her, like she's literally one of my favourite people in the whole entire world. And yeah, she's gonna be a real life teacher. Blows my mind. And the other people I would love to send flowers to, but I really need to figure it out because they're in Australia, is my friends Rihanna and Stefan, and they've just had a little baby boy. And they sent me some pictures this morning and it's really cute. So I just need to figure out how I do that. Anyway, look how banging these eggs look. Is it weird to just eat off a chopping board? Is that scruffy or is it like artisan? I think it's artistic actually. Like, I'm not being funny. If you got presented that in a restaurant for your brunch, I reckon you'd pay more money just because it's like on a little board instead of a plate. Ooh, moment of truth. I think it's probably not going to be runny because kind of not. Kind of is, kind of not. Nah. Been yapping. I've been yapping way too much. Still have my yolk running out me eggs. Do you know what? I don't think there's one thing that I couldn't do. And that is go on a food TV show and eat on TV. I always think, oh, how's it gonna go? And I would just get it everywhere. But often not sexy, is it? Plan of action is I need to run into town because I'm basically helping host this manifesting workshop tomorrow, and we're going to do some vision boarding, and so I need to go get all like the arts and crafts bits for that. And me and Mapel are going to head to my mum and dad's house, so Maple can have a little roasteroo and maybe a swim in the river because she fucking loves swimming now. And then I need to help my mum do some stuff. Even though she was already around this morning, but basically the SD card or something messed up and didn't work, and yeah, now I'm gonna have to get to her house this afternoon, which is absolutely fine. And then I'm hoping this afternoon Dan and I can just actually spend a bit of time together because this week's been hella busy, so it'd just be really nice. We probably will just be working, but working together, so that'll be lovely. So yeah, I'm just looking at the weather and it looks like it's going to piss it down. I was going to try to use a big fancy word, but it's not. I have got the sunnies on my head because I'm manifesting that it won't chuck it down. But I am going to go run and get a hoodie because I feel like it's gonna, and I don't want to be stuck in the fucking rain. She's ready. She's ready to go. She's like, Mum, stop pissing around. I'm ready to go see Stanley. Need to get her stuff. Bloody heck. Her stuff. Does anyone recognise this bum bag? The famous Race Across the World bum bag that nearly got us kicked out of the race because your girl left it on the bus is now Maple's treat bag, doggy bag. What a cool girl with her North Face vintage bum bag. I think we're ready to go, guys. Let's bloody get on the road, eh? Wee. No stopping you, is there? Get back. Pretty sure I just trapped her in holes in there. Stand back from the edge. Can you see her? Right, we're not going to need these sunglasses, are we? Let's be freaking honest with ourselves here now. Right here. Right now. I don't know if you can see because I feel like this camera actually is like so good because I think it like puts a bit of a filter on without you move it. Really asking it, which is a bit rude to be honest because you shouldn't do that. But I don't know if you can see, but my skin is freaking breaking out like so bad. Got a huge spot here, like close to here, here. And I mean, I absolutely don't help myself because I'm a picker beyond belief, which I really know I shouldn't do, but I do. I do feel like these hormone injections are not going to help the situation because, yeah. So we'll see how that goes, hey. So yeah. Do you know what really makes me laugh whenever I go, so yeah. So when I was filming on Race Across the World, did you know I've been on Race Across the World? Don't know if I mentioned it that much, but anyway. When I was on Race Across the World, my film crew guy, Chris, he was like, he always used to laugh at me because whenever I was finished with like speaking to him after doing like interviews and stuff, I'd be like, so yeah. And he's like, are you done? Because you've said so, yeah. I'm like, yeah, definitely. My boots are not shut because I trapped Maple's bloody bars in bloody boots. Oh! Get in there properly. Maple. Good. Come on. Where's he coming? He's coming. Yeah. Come. Move. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're still interesting. I suppose trapping up all at once will teach her. Hi! Hi, kitty! Right, let's get this bloody show on road then, shall we, this Saturday morning. Whee! Not that long ago, me and Dan went away for the weekend, dropped Maple off, and she freaking hated the water, like would not go near the water. And then we picked her back up and she swims like a dolphin now. Whee! She loves it. And we're going to meet my mum and Stanley, who are just coming over the bridge over there. You see them? Good weeing. She literally loves the water so much. Ah! Hi, Stanley. Hi. Hello. Hello again. Good evening, lovely people. Today actually ended up being super busy for me, and I've not managed to film what I kind of wanted to film, but it's fine. I ended up having a lovely drink with my friend who ended up being in town at the same time as me. And then obviously was like back and forth with my mum, and then Dan's dad came around, which was lovely. And then, sorry, I've just been cutting onions. Why does it hurt so much when you cut onions? Lord above. I actually, I digress, but I actually learned or read this thing that the reason why it hurts so much is because you've got moisture in your eyes, and it's usually like the first bit of moisture that the onions like cling to, and therefore it stings. And they say if you put like a damp cloth next to, or like, I don't know, water or whatever next to where you're cutting onions, it should help. But Judge Betty put her damp cloth there and begs to fucking differ. I'm just making some lasagna, just because Stan's gone to the gym, and yeah, gonna treat him to a big lasagna. I've lit a few candles in the living room and it looks so cozy. I feel like I should show you. Come on, mates, let's show. Look how cute. It's so nice, doesn't it? Obviously got Brett Young blasting on the TV. And then the rest of the house looks like this. A bloody mess. Mabel just told me that she would love to show you her tricks. So you be bloody nice. You see that tread of the leg? So you be bloody nice. Oh, careful. Spin. Paw. Good girl. What? Okay, she doesn't usually do that. She doesn't usually jump like that. No. Spin. Can you lie down? Good girl. Oh, sorry. Curtsy, bow, thank you, you're welcome for that show. Come again, it was £5. Oh. It's lasagna building time. I'm sorry, have you ever seen anything more satisfying in your life when it comes to lasagna? It fits 3 sheets. Perfect. That was so nice, doesn't it? How nice does that look, mate? The spots have got bad. So we're back to the spot patches. I need to make up a new bio thing, so I've run out. Baby, I'm crazy about you. How did you get this off the other day? Whoa, done it. Doesn't matter. Even though 150 today. 1. I would be lying if I said I could live this life without hope.
Oh, Right, no, I'm not in.
You in?
It's in.
What are you eating? A chocolate wrapper! Darling. Morning. It's the 1st of September. What the fuck? I've woken up feeling like really like groggy this morning. I'm not really sure what it is, but like my tummy just feels like really sticky and yeah, not great. Hopefully a little bit of food will help. And then yeah. Last night I went down to a lower dosage of the hormone treatment. So it's been 300 IU for the first 3 days and then it went down to 150. And then I think it's the same again tonight, and then tomorrow it goes to a morning and evening injection. He'll also have a scan on Thursday to see if this right ovary would like to show itself, and just to see like where we're at and if I'm basically responding well to the treatment. And yeah. Today has been one hell of a day. I feel like it's like my brain isn't my own today. I don't really know what's going on, but I feel very like foggy and very like I can't really regulate myself properly. I feel like really irritated and just like, yeah, really emotional today. I went to Bradford for my mentorship and I was 36 minutes late because I went to the wrong centre 3 times. So then I was just getting like really stressed and overwhelmed about that, and driving through Bradford. Wow. I swear it's like a torture device, like making someone drive through Bradford. Usually I'm actually okay, like I can tolerate it quite a lot, but today. Oh yes, I needed this. That's what my day's been missing. Thank you. Yeah, I just feel, I don't know, like I kind of want to say overwhelmed, but like it doesn't really feel like overwhelmed. I can't really describe it. Like I've been saying to people, like I'm not really focused on the outcome, like we've not really thought too much into that in terms of like it'll just be what it'll be. But I don't know whether underlying, like I am bothered about the outcome, like obviously I am. Otherwise I won't be doing any of this, do you know what I mean? But like I don't want to blame the injections or being pumped of hormones for anything, because like I don't really know, and in my head somewhere it's like, oh, you're just using it as an excuse. But I definitely don't feel myself today. I actually feel like maybe Betty 2 years ago, or even like kind of last summer, where I was like irritable and really irritated by everything and really harsh on myself and harsh to other people. And I do feel like I've done a lot of work on that. And so it feels really hard today that I feel like I'm kind of back to that in a sense, because I'm trying really hard to not ever go back to that. But I think it genuinely is just like, she's like squeezing me over your arms. I think I probably need to think about the things that make me feel not like this, and that would be things like, you know, cooking and eating a nice meal, and like for the last week I've not really had a proper appetite, and I've not been going to the gym because they kind of advise like don't do any high intense exercise, and I just took that as like don't do any exercise, which is just a silly excuse because I know if I move my body it will make me feel better. So I should probably just go and sit on a bike at the gym or something. So yeah, I think the plan of action is go to the gym, just put on some good music in my earphones. When I say good music, I 100% just mean Brett Young country playlist, which will probably make me cry again, but I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I want to go see him. I want to go see him live. He's on tour and I'd love to go see him. Yeah, it'll all be fine, I'm sure. And I'm hoping when I get back from the gym today, I actually will answer all your questions that you sent in, because I did have quite a lot. I feel like I've fully just stepped into September with a fleece and hot chocolate. Here we are. Apologies for any mess that's in the background. This is, what are you eating? This is the tidiest my bedroom's been in weeks, so yeah. I thought I would sit with you and answer some of your questions. So I'm just gonna have, I'm distracted. So I put a story up just asking about any sort of embryo freezing questions on my Instagram. Okay, so the first question is, how did you go about choosing your clinic? So this is actually quite an interesting one, and it made me think that I didn't actually choose my clinic, in the sense that when I was diagnosed with MRKH, I was just referred to Leeds, to Seacroft Hospital, because I suppose that's where the nearest like specialist gynecological there's where the specialist was, that's just where I went. And then attached to Seacroft there is Care Fertility Leeds. Yeah, I just kind of, it was just a natural thing for me to go there. But I've never really looked into like other clinics or private clinics or anything like that. So I suppose I didn't choose my clinic, but I don't know, it's maybe made me think that maybe I should have. Should I have done? I don't know. What have you got for my makeup bag? Let's see. Wow, what do you want to show them? What have you chosen? Yes, wow. This is the Vitamin C Garnier in shade Glow. You could be a beauty content creator, but that's not me. That's not me, sorry. Okay, second question is, how long is the process and what stage are you on right now? So the process for injections is about 2 weeks. So I started last Thursday. So I did Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then tomorrow I start a series of morning and night injections. And so then I have 3 days definitely in the diary of morning and evening. But I will have a scan on Thursday to see how I'm going with that. At my scan, they'll then tell me kind of how long it then goes on for. It's penciled in the week of the 8th, which is next week, that I will have my eggs retrieved. So I'll do the trigger and have my eggs retrieved. So yeah, I suppose that answers both the questions in terms of how long. On here it's got like 9 days penciled in. And then what stage I'm at, I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, day 5 of taking just the evening injection. I'm saying a bit nervous about injecting myself. How are you finding it? Any tips? So I actually have not yet given myself the injection. Dan has done them all. The first night I really was freaking out about like the thought of it going in, because I just think like when you go to a hospital or the nurse does it, they're just chatting away to you and then like sharp scratch, straight in. Whereas I was a bit like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. Oh no, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm ready. And then it was like a bit like that. And in the end, Dan was just like fucking going in. So yeah, it's a really weird concept, I think, to like get your head around the fact that you have to like inject yourself. But my tip would maybe be get someone else to do it, because Dan is like literally a pro now and it's like straight in and that's that. But if you don't have anyone else to do it, maybe just put some music on, put some on the TV, focus on something else. And I feel like once you've done it once, maybe you will know like how to do it again. You don't really need to look at it to be able to do it, I think. Oh, I don't know, I feel a bit like I've not done it myself properly to be able to give that advice. But yeah, if you've got someone else to do it for you, that would be my biggest advice. What are you doing with that? Oh, if you were so cute, I don't know. One is this offered by the NHS or have you gone privately? So we are doing it through Care Fertility and it has been paid for by us. We did get offered a free round of IVF if we were going to do surrogacy, but Dan and I agreed that, you know, even though we want to future plan, we're not ready right now to have a child. So that didn't really seem like a viable option, because like obviously, like I said in the last video, we were kind of given that 2-year gap to freeze eggs. So it was like, you've got 2 years to freeze your eggs. We would give you a round of IVF if you're ready for surrogacy. We weren't ready for that, but we didn't have longer than 2 years to kind of take up on that offer. Now, it might be that for whatever reason, we don't have enough embryos for apply for the womb transplant program. for whatever reason, if we needed another IVF and we were going to go down the surrogacy route, maybe we'd get a free round then. Who knows? So yeah, it's not through the NHS, it's not being offered through the NHS, and we have self-funded it. But like I said in the last video, that is a whole video on its own in terms of costs and things like that. Okay, next question. How do you feel about starting it? I am at the end of the year and feel overwhelmed and sad. Oh, I mean, yeah, I completely hear you, see you, feel you, because it is an overwhelming situation. I think I've kept saying to people, like, Dan and I are in a very lucky position in the sense that we are not absolutely desperate for a child right now. We are doing this as a sense of planning for our future and like just trying to future-proof the opportunities to be able to have our own children. But I can completely see how, you know, when people are doing it when they are desperate for that child, how it is so easy to feel so overwhelmed and so consumed and, you know, do absolutely anything to keep trying until that is the case. So yeah, I feel very lucky in the sense that Dan and I are kind of like, you know, taking it as it comes. It is what it is, take day by day, see how many embryos we get, then see the next steps. And doing it as a bit of a, yeah, future planning situation, a very expensive future planning situation. But yeah, I completely get like the overwhelmingness and the sadness behind it, because, you know, I've really felt that today in terms of like, I don't know, you always get these creeping thoughts of like, why me? Like, why do I have to do this? Like, why do I have to go down this route? And like, it does bring up those feelings of, you know, there's something wrong with me and it's my fault that we have to do this. It's my fault we've had to spend money on this. It's my fault that at 9 p.m. every night I'm like, right, let's have an injection. It's my fault that I'm now being really fucking arsey because I'm being pumped with hormones. Like, it is a lot. And especially if you've been through something that's led you to ultimately be in this situation, i.e. infertility, you're going to have some of those deep-rooted thoughts, feelings that come up about yourself like that when you're in a difficult situation. And I think that's where like I am at today. Like, I have definitely been trying to take it as it comes, not be too focused on the outcome, etc, etc. But today has felt really overwhelming and has felt a bit like I have felt quite sad certain times of the day. But I do just think, yes, I'm being pumped full of hormones, but it also is like, it is a challenging situation. I do think it is amazing, science, medical, how many people are having access to IVF, but it doesn't mean that that's just because a lot of people have going through it, that shouldn't minimize your feelings and invalidate your feelings towards it, because it is an overwhelming situation and it is like a lot of, you know, what ifs. So I just think, don't invalidate yourself for what you're about to go through, what you are going through, because it's completely valid to feel however you feel. This question says, are you doing the full IVF process or just freezing your eggs at this point to use later? So this is, it shouldn't be funny, but it's kind of comical given the fact that I am sitting here as like giving advice as an advocate, but I actually did not realise until last week when I started all this that embryo freezing, that you can't, like, embryo freezing isn't IVF. It's like this process of having hormone injections and like retrieving the eggs, putting it with sperm, like that is a part of the IVF process. But then I suppose the final bit of the IVF process is implanting that back into a womb, whether it be surrogacy or back into you. So I suppose at this point we're not doing the full IVF process, we are just freezing embryos to use later on. I didn't really know that, but that's what we're doing. The next question says, I didn't know you could do this with MRKH. Can you tell us how it works? Yes, so MRKH, I don't have a uterus, but I do still have my ovaries and have my own eggs. So in order to make and freeze embryos, all you need is the eggs and the sperm. So I have the eggs, Dan's got the sperm, got the swimmers, and yeah. So that is how women with MRKH can have their own biological child in some cases. And yeah, that's what we're doing to plan for our future, because I would absolutely love to have a biological bae. And then the last one that I'm going to answer today says, any advice for someone considering it in the future? Like you, I got diagnosed at 15. I feel you. Do you know what, it always like speechless. Like, this is how I always feel when someone tells me that they've been diagnosed with MRKH at a young age, because I just feel like an overwhelming sense of like like heartache for that person, because I understand what they are going through. And then I also feel like this sense of like pride that they are able to message someone and say, look, this is what I've got and this is what I'm struggling with, because I just think that takes a lot of guts, especially as a young girl. So you know who you are, but I salute you. And yeah, I suppose one of my biggest pieces of advice would be, if you are looking to freeze your eggs, freeze embryos with a future partner, I think I wish I would have known a little bit more information when I was younger. Now, I think I've said before, like, don't get me wrong, at 16, like, you're not ready to make those decisions, you're not. But I think have a bit more information coming in when I was like, 19, 20, 21. You've been told this whole thing about, you can't carry a child. Well, actually it should be, you can't carry a child, but actually you can still have your own child, and this is how, and these are the options. Because I think that's the thing, it's like you're told this like groundbreaking piece of information, and suddenly your brain's like, okay, can't do this, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. But actually, yeah, it can. And I didn't start to learn about that till much, much later, when I had to do my own digging. And so I suppose my advice would be, live your life at 15, 16, 17, like live your teenage life as a girl who owes it to herself to love herself like so much, and do that work in terms of like, be nice to yourself, surround yourself with good people. That's my advice for someone right now, because actually those good people and the, being kind to yourself is going to lead you to where you're going to be in the future. And that's how I've kind of got to explore where I'm at, because I surround myself with really good people. I found my true friends. I found a partner who absolutely adores me for who I am, and that made me feel safe enough to be like, okay, well, what are the next steps? What does my future look like? What could my future look like? And I think that's the thing, if we don't give ourselves that credit that we do deserve a life with love and support and children if we want it, then we're never going to look into those options. So my advice right now would be, make sure you're being nice to yourself, make sure you're being kind to yourself, make sure you're nurturing yourself in all the ways that you deserve to be nurtured. And then when the time is right, start looking into those options. Ask the right questions, get referrals to your GP, to your specialist hospitals, and ask for your options to be laid out, and do that in a way that feels right for you, but also at a time where you can start saving some pennies if it means egg freezing, or you can do research into charities who might be able to help you fund it later on. Yeah, I obviously keep mentioning the money situation because it is a big part of it, and I don't want my advice to just be like, yeah, save money, but I honestly wish I had, because I have had to lean on people hugely to be able to do this, and I wish I didn't have to do that. So that would obviously be one huge piece of advice. But right now, just look after yourself, be kind, be careful, and take care of yourself the way you would a little sister, the way you would your best friend, because we deserve that no matter what. So with that, me and Maple, you sure enough, come here, should we go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walk? We're gonna walk and pick Daddy up from the gym because he's just finished teaching class, and I'm gonna hope he's gonna go for a little wander with us, and then we're gonna come back have dinner. Yes. Yeah, I think this is probably gonna be the end of my second video, to be honest, because I feel like I've got loads of footage. I've actually been doing right good with me YouTube, haven't I? And then hopefully I can have another one out as well. Maybe you might have 2 this week, loves. You might have 2. What do you think? Should we go for a walk? Shall we go for a walk? Yes. Okay, see you later.